Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 52 with me, Sid. And last episode we went and made that, which allowed us to make this, our first Tinker's Construct item. Tool, if you will. And oops, hang on. Let's try doing that properly. I did struggle a little bit with getting the, I think it was the brass, wasn't it, we needed to make the brass casts. And the brass was fairly simple. I mean, simple enough to make. You make that with copper and zinc, sphalerite. Now, we didn't have a huge amount of sphalerite. We've got plenty of time left on the old clock. I'm going to actually... I think I'll just swim across. Why not? Over here. Now there is zinc there. It's a quality of 25, which is a little bit high for what we want, but that's fine. Because now we've got the capability of making Tinker's tools. We've now got the capability of making Tinker's everything. Now before we tried to make it, and obviously all of the usual suspects, the things like, you know, what am I thinking of? The things, you know, the usual things that I'm thinking of, them things that what I am thinking of now, they are normally in some way or another. Hello. Oh, that's sand, okay. They are normally kind of a pain, because at this stage, you say, for example, if I want to make steel tools, I have to make a steel anvil. This is a Tinker's Construct steel tool, of course, not a other Hoover steel tool. They are not repairable. It's unpleasant. The entire process of making tools in TFC is, you know, quite deliberately designed to be somewhat painful. So to that end, getting into Tinkers could be very beneficial, because for starters we can stick a wooden handle on the damn thing and straight away the tools repair themselves. Instead of having to carry a stack of arrows, we carry one arrow which has multiple durabilities, so it is in effect a stack in its own right. I mean, it doesn't alter anything insofar that we still have to carry a stack of arrows or have a slot taken up by arrows, but it does mean that we can well, first things first, I suppose we should go and get my chisel and my hammer and just clear these out so we can get into the good stuff beneath. It's even going to hold on with that, is it? Okay, fine. I'm not going to argue with gravity. So the plan today is to get right into this and start building some additional items. Oop, that is sphalerite, isn't it? Yes, that's definitely sphalerite. You have to just double check what you're looking at, because if you go mine, if you stood in this cave now and mined a block that was not, you know, mineable, not unsurprisingly, you'd end up with the cliffs on your head. I think that'll be enough zinc for now. So what we'll do is we'll go and we'll make up some bronze. I wonder whether we can, sorry, not bronze, brass. I wonder whether we can actually do it in the smeltery. We'll have a look when we get back. In fact, while I'm at it, have a drink. Never seen a person drinking while they're in fresh water before. And what we'll do is we'll get that one going. Now, we are going to want to get into the fine art of making or grabbing more lava, because we've literally only got that bit of lava we have, and I've not yet tested the theory. There's one brass ingot there. Let me just have a look at this. Can we make you as in any way in here? Brass is made copper to zinc 9 to 1. So that is 25. It's probably going to be easier to actually make the zinc in here and then smelt it separately. I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive, but I think it's going to end up being that way. So we're definitely going to need a sword blade. We're definitely going to need a... Let's have a look what we got. What have we actually got in here? Very little. So we need a pick. I need to turn that off a second just so I can... I don't think we need anything in there right now. Not a pick, that was a shovel, by the way. We need an axe. And we need a sword blade for the time being. So we can pop those away. We are going to need to bring over some supplies, and we are going to need to put some stuff away. Let me pull myself together and I shall be right back with you. Alright, first things first, we need some storage in here for... It's not got a huge amount of storage in it, but it doesn't need a lot. What it does need, what we do need to do is store our casts. So that's a thing. May extend that this way yet. We are going to need to make brass. Now I have got, let me have a look. What have I got in the way of small copper bits? Tetrahedrite 25. Now I've got a sphalerites, casserites. I'm really struggling for small bits of copper. Let's have a look at the journey map, shall we? What we got in the way of copper? Surface copper 15. That would work, I think. Let me just have a look at my mix here. 7 rich and 3 small. Yeah, that will work. I'm going to go and grab some of this surface copper. That's my next mission. I'm going to take me rucksack because I'm going to want me bits with me. And we'll do it. These cows are not happening anytime soon, are they? Okay, off with you. Oh. Hang on, let's get that. Check it. Yeah, that's right. Actually, no. We needed the boat. And we can go and just grab a little bit of copper. We don't need a lot. I think like 16 will be more than adequate. But the quickest way over there is probably just to boat right across here and maybe even leave the boat. No, we don't need to leave the boat because it'll break when I impact. I'm still in 1.7, aren't I? So easy to forget that which version of Minecraft you're in. You expect the boat to survive or not survive the impact of hitting the shore. Yeah, so let's have a look. There should be somewhere around up here. Surface copper with a quality of 15. Well, what we need to do is find the best place to get at it. Here, probably. I think that one is Galana, but that's surface copper. We'll have it. As I say, I don't need a lot. Just need enough to make several batches of brass. And then we're going to be doing, I think, a mixture of iron and maybe 1 or 2 steel tools if we can wangle it that way. Have that. Up. No. And that one. Grab that. Yeah. So, oh hello. How are you, sir? Is that just passing by? Okay. We'll have that one. I don't think I can... Oh. Nonchalantly ignore the zombie. That's the key. What's that? Hang on a second. Excuse me, sir. Just die. Please. Now. Thank you. What is... You are... After all... Oh, let's let that go by. After all the effort I went to find graphite, and it's there. Hang on. No, you don't, sir. Missed. You really want to go. Right, let me just get back into there, go into those things, edit, surface graphite. How annoying. How bloody annoying. Anyway, yeah, that'll be enough. We don't need any more than that. That will get us certainly enough brass to do the work we want to do. So, let us go and ignore Mr. Skellybob over there. And we'll head back home, mix up a batch of brass. We'll also, while at it, heat up the steel and pound that out on an anvil to make it into actual steel. Because at the moment, oh god, that was nearly damage. At the moment it is... well, it's usable. We can make pig iron on it, but I've got no idea what kind of health the bacon from Tinkers would actually count as food-wise, if it would count at all in TFC. So, given the cost of the pig iron right now, we will... hey. Ow. Well, there it is. Take some damage when you face plant straight into a dock, don't you? Right. So, first things first, we shall go and just put this bag back. We don't need it. And we really do need to harvest all those crops at some point as well. But right now, they aren't doing any damage because they're better on the floor than planted. They don't go off while they're planted. So, we'll leave those for now. And I'm going to get on and make some... How are you doing? That's another batch of steel going through, another 2 ingots, because we are going to need steel for what we want to make going forward. But right now, I would definitely like... I think we'll go with a steel sword and maybe steel arrowheads. I think that will do. I definitely would like to... heat that like so. I've still got my fire start. My flint and steel is in the rucksack, so we'll have that heat up in there, and then we're going to put in, let's have a look, what did I say? It was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Let me check that. I've got the 7 1 and 3. 7, 2, and 1. That will make me 3 ingots worth. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 2 and 1. 2, 1, and 6, 7. So that's, yeah, that, hang on, that is not 35, is it? That's 25. Right, I need to recalculate this, back in a second. Alright, it's a damn sight simpler. It is 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, I think that's right. 11, we'll just double check that. 11 and 1. Yeah. We'll make 3. So that's poor. I don't want poor. I want 11 and 1 and 11 and 1. And that will make me 9 ingots of brass. In the meantime, those are heating up as well, so they will get to the point where we can work them. We can now, but you know. And what we'll do is we'll melt all this up, get some brass going. That will give us the brass we need to make the tool castings and everything, and we can actually get going and hopefully upgrade our tinker's gear a bit. So I'll be back once that's ready. Alright, we're almost ready. We do need some wood, which we will take in plank form, I think was the way that would work. Yeah, so we can use woods. What is that? Great wood. We'll just take a little bit more of that with us. Great wood treated stick. What did I get any other? I've got my pheasant feather fletching. Let's just have a quick peek at what other fletch. Not felt. Oh dear, that was unfortunate. Cotton fletching requires woven cotton. Silk has no chance of. I think that's got the better one. Break chance 2%, break chance 5%. Durability. Oh, that's enchanted fletching. Okay, hang on. What's going on there then? Pheasant fletcher. Durability is lower. Feather fletching is cotton fletching. Still think that's the better one. Got the better accuracy. We will wooden bow limbs. We'll keep hold of those. Did I make the string anywhere? I can't remember. You know. No, still can't remember. We do need to take cobblestone with us, and I am going to take a chest as well, just for some things. I also, before I do any of that, need to make up my my food because I'm out. And well, then we're going to start getting some tools together and seeing just how good they are. I mean, this does seem comparable, but it's also got 4 modifiers, so we can actually put more things on. Now, we haven't got the leveling up tool. I could have gone with 5 modifiers, couldn't I? Actually, I could have put a paper tool rod on that, and that would have given me the option to use the reinforcement. I presume we can still do. No, that's not it. Reinforced one, that's not what we're looking for. It's the modifier. Does that modifier actually even exist in this version? Is a good question. I don't know. Let's have a look. That's not overly helpful. There's an awful lot of things in Tinkers which always makes life a little bit fun, but Don't know how we make that. But there's, again, not a great deal of things. We'll just go with bowstring for that one. I don't think that exists in this version, as best as I can tell. But you know what? If it isn't, I'll live. It is no biggie. Blank cast. There really doesn't appear to be any use for it. So yeah, there isn't. Right, let me just sort out my food situation. We need to work on our dairy, so we're definitely going with the cheese on this one. And I shall be back with you in a second. Alright, I actually could do with some more paper if I want to use paper modifiers now. I just want to double check. The pick user was there are no paper modifiers on those, so we'll just go with stick and that. We could go with a mattock. Yeah, I'm in two minds. And for weapons, I'm definitely just going to go with the broadsword. I think we're going to go with the blocking ability rather than the riposting or the charge boost. Frying pan's actually pretty good, and obviously the sign is also fairly good fun. But I really want to get a short bow, and I definitely want to get some arrows. So armed with that, we are going to make up. Let's see. We are going to make up a. Oh, hang on. Need you. I'm going to make up a stone shovel and a stone axe head and a stone arrowhead, because we're going to be casting that, and a stone sword blade. We're definitely going to need to want to get some paper going for the items that we can do like that, though. We are going to want to take the tool rod pattern, which I seem to have two of, and we'll make a one tool rod. That's a stick. That's a tool rod. Let me take you out. Oh, hang on. That's another tool rod, and we want one for the sword and one for the arrow, actually, don't we? Might as well just use sticks. And yeah, that should do us there. I'm going to pop this down in the corner. I'm going to double check that I've not blocked anything off from the lighting. I haven't. Right, we need, let's have a look. That's 4 casts to start off with. We've got some steel. We will be making iron, but we're going to do it the tinker's way rather than the long-winded way. And I did have a quick spreadsheet just to work these out. So a rich limonite gives me 51 millibuckets of iron. That one gives me 22 millibuckets of iron. So combined together, they will give me 4 ingots. Yeah, it's not clean, but you know, yeah, we are working with what we got really here. So we got our thing. Let's start doing our casts. Get those going first. For the sword, I definitely do think we want to work the whee, damn it, whee. Ooh. Really? I'm incapable of throwing this sword blade away. There, thank you. Right, then we want the arrowhead cast, so we'll do that. We can, of course, just stack the remaining brass on there, that's fine. And we'll put that in there. Don't know why that is randomizing its position every time. Maybe that's just a feature. Come on. Thank you. Axe head, like so. Hup. And shovel head like so. We're obviously going to wear out the tools we've got as well. I'm not going to be wasteful or anything, because, you know, that would be silly. Oh man. Of course, my ability to throw something, there we go, thank you, over, right. Arrowhead. Material cost 1. And we'll cast the sword blade as well while we're at it. So first things first, in go the 2 steel, and we'll get the sword blade cast out. I shall be back as soon as that's melted. Well, actually, is it really worth it? We're not struggling so badly that we... Oh, that's it, yeah. Sticks that look like things. Break chance 15%, blah, blah, blah. Steel, pour that. Sword blade, pour that now. That's got a pretty good damage before we even start. As has that. That's all good. Then we want that and that, and I am going to put in all of these and let those melt, all of those. I'll be back with you once they've done. Now, if my maths is correct, I will have 4 ingots. Yes, excellent. Right, so 2 of those will go into casts to make items. And 2 of them will go into ingot casts to make ingots. Perfect. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Right, so all that leaves now is for us to sort out some paper for the wide guard. We can pop these away, and we need to start assembling things. But I can definitely do the axe and the shovel. That's not a problem, because we've got everything we need for those. So again, durability on that is 2,584. Durability on that is 2,200. Again, effective durability is 2,200 because it's got reinforced 1. Modifiers remaining, blah blah blah. Does more damage than my... not quite, but it almost does as much damage as my sword. That does more damage. Okay. And then the axe, we're going to do the same. Again, that's got a good old damage, good durability, and so on and so forth. But it should be repairable, and also self-repairing. That's the key. Right, I need to sort out paper, because I don't know how much I've got, if any. Let's go and have a quick peek. There's nothing down here. Okay, what did I do with the paper? Does anybody remember what I did the paper last episode? If I've got enough to do a wide guard, I will make it, and we'll not worry. I just can't remember what I even did with it. It ain't here. Must be, if it's, maybe it's over here. Let's go and have a look. The other interesting question I'm curious about is... yeah, oh, we got it. Good. Okay, we got the wide guard. We got all of that. That's all good. Is... oh, I need the string. How do you make a string? Let me just have a double check on the stringy part, because that's the one bit I don't know. Does that mysteriously appearing snack probably won't help. If I were a string, where would I be? Somewhere amongst all this lot. There we go. So string is made with a twine or flax fibre, or those on a spindle, and that gives us that. Okay, we can do that right now. That on that. apparently flax fibre plus that should give me a bowstring. Doesn't translate particularly well on the old working with damaged goods. Oh well, such is life. Now the other question is, what do I want to do with the... Do I really want to stick... I think we shall go with, for now, for the bow, we'll do that. That gives us a... Durability is terrible on it though. Draw speed is pretty good. Arrow speed is fine, pretty good. What happens if we were to try something else? We can come back to that in a moment. Let's go for the arrow. So the arrow with the steel arrowhead and that. 264 arrows with a 265 attack damage. That's pretty damn good. And it's got modifiers, so when we get quartz, there you go. That's our arrows. Now, this one here obviously won't shoot those. Right, wide guard. Wide guard, wide guard, wide guard, wide guard. Bang. Make me... Again, modifiers are the name of the game. So there's my modifier for that. And then we come over here and we'll throw together that sword. That with steel, and that has got a durability of lots. Does a good amount of damage, although it is nowhere near the damage of that. That's that raw iron. Or that, actually. No, it's better. No, okay, that's fine. Right. Let's see. What do we want to do with that? Can I get a Tinker's book? What's it? I don't know if I've got one, but I want one. Materials are new, isn't it? I think it's. Let me just have a look for materials are new. Come on. No? Let me just have a peek. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, final decision. We'll go with materials we've got. We're going with a bronze, half wood. The reason being is the draw speed isn't terrible. And things now. The problem is 1.5. So to get one, I'm going to have to use 1.5 bronze. I'm going to have basically waste some bronze. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry too much about not bronze. Yeah, bronze. So at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, but we'll be able to definitely be able to utilize this. Oh, and we are getting hungry. We should probably eat. The only problem when you get going, you can so easily just lose track of where you are. Pour that, then we'll break the entire thing. That will just waste that bit of bronze, but as I say, we will live with that. And then we can come over here to the bow, and we're going to go with a wooden bow limb and a bronze bow limb, and that. Now that should have reinforced 1. The durability is 1050. The draw speed is 1.34. It has got the repair thing of the having the things, and yeah, that's pretty good. Right. All that remains is for us to eat and test. So yeah, let me sort that out and I'll be back in a second. Alright, it's testing day. I've just passed the remainder of the last day just by chopping down a bunch of trees. They need dropping off, and that has just repaired itself. So yeah, it's not fast repair, don't get me wrong, but it's TFC tends to be a game where you spend a lot of time just waiting for things to happen, whether it's waiting for trees to grow, waiting for crops to grow, waiting for things to melt, waiting for things to smelt. You know the thing, it is not always the case that you're going to be just optimizing your time usage in TFC. So there's always a good chance that whatever you're doing will actually heal itself very quickly. Now, I could test against Madame Cow over here. I say Madame, Monsieur Cow. But he's only got 500 hit points, and I don't really need. He's not really a threat. Now, over this way, however, I know there is a Monsieur Bear, and this should do 265. That's got whatever speed modifiers for it. We should be hopefully able to inflict a reasonable amount of damage on the said bear without said bear being able to attack us quickly. That's the theory. I also want to see what the bear icon looks like on this icon pack. I haven't seen it yet. Well, I'll rephrase that. I have seen it on the web page that I looked at. I've not seen it in anger, and I know that there was a bear over here, a bad news bear. So where is the that's a deer. That is not a bad news bear, that is a deer. That is also a deer. What? I see you, Monsieur Bear, and you're actually fairly easy to get because you're swimming in the water, which means that I'm, for a change, I'm your bad news human. One, two, screenshot. Missed him. Gonna have to go get closer, I think, to the bad news bear. Hello, Mr. Bear. No, let's give it a little bit more elevation. I'm not. There we go. The bad news bear is now dead. And we'll go up and grab his skin while we're at it, because it is a large hide after all. Excellent. Well, I think we can say that that is a successful test. Now, obviously, as we get better tech, as we get the manual in, perhaps, or things. Now, you're just a one-shot kill with this. I know you are. Because I 3-shot killed a bear. Okay, well, I am happy with that. That is absolutely brilliant. It does mean that we're a little bit safer. I feel a little bit more able to protect myself, especially against bad news bears. So that in itself is good, and I think on that note we're going to call this one an episode. Now we've got that going, we can start to play around with other bits and pieces, and for example, there's quartz in these here hills somewhere. So if we were to go looking for said quartz, we might have the means to make this considerably and these considerably sharper. This has got 3 modifiers remaining. We could get some redstone on that. I don't know whether I can't remember whether I marked Cinnabar. I think the nearest one I knew of was that surface redstone. So yeah, well, maybe we need to go for a big long trip, because we haven't done that for a while. But we do need to harvest first, and we do need to check out these this idea of the tree farm that we've got running over here, and I'm gesticulating with my hand, pointing, and I know you can't see my hand, so we've got that to wait on as well. Yeah, I think until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.